Hello everyone, welcome to Focus Garage. Ander is here. We're in the Indian Challenger, Indian Demo Day. We're trying out the Indian Challenger. I'm going to do the Challenger Challenge. We're going to do the Indian and then also the Road Glide back to back. So give us a perspective of how they are, difference between them. So far I really like the seating position, how the bars are back to me and all that stuff, like stock form. Power plant is pretty good as well. Torquay. It's a little too high for me. I feel like I'm on the R1. Kinda. Could be the seat. Let's try out the acceleration a little bit. Wow! Wow! Oh wow! Let me tell you something. I was not expecting this whatsoever. Holy cow! This thing is fast. Woo! This thing is fast. It has a lot of stuff. Adjustable windshield screen. One button over here. We can go through the menu here. Let's put it on the sport mode. There you go. And then I believe we can go through the screens right here. It's like a really nice split screen. Tells you the temperature, gas mileage, voltage. Looks like oil was just changed. Tire pressure monitor and all that stuff. It's really nice screen over here. You have your GPS. And then you have your screen over here. You could do a split screen. Oh boy, this gets down. This thing is fast, boy. Oh, jeez. I was not expecting it at all. We do have a cruise control as well here. We can set it up. Has really nice floorboards. Really nice gear indicator telling me what gear I am in. Everything you want from a cruiser, you know. I'm really enjoying myself in this bike. It has locks for everything electronic. This was all electronic. You push a button underneath the fairing there, and then all this is like locked electronically as well. I don't have any complaints right now. I mean, I can't really review a bike for like a couple of minutes of riding. Ooh. Woo! This thing is throtty. Oh, it put itself in neutral. That's weird. Maybe I was messing around a lot. It sounds really nice. Okay, one thing I noticed is that the RPM is delayed. That's why it's messing me up. The RPM is delayed. Like, we were already down. Like, I did a blip, and we were already down to idle, and it was still showing 2K, so it's really weird. I mean, this is a demo bike, so it's been like trashed a lot. It has fully adjustable suspension. Unfortunately, it's manual. It's not electronic. It has hydraulic suspension. You can adjust. It's very nimble. That's one thing that I noticed. It's very nimble. Mike is up there. He's reviewing his bike over there, having fun in that white Challenger. And then we're having fun here. Yeah, because of the delay, it's really weird for the rev matching. They just tested out the power there, the acceleration. So Camille has the old engine with upgraded cams, and I think it's a stage 2 cam. It's a pretty expensive bike. It makes a lot of horsepower compared to what the old engine does. Look at them, how nimble these bikes are. It's incredible. You don't expect this from a big bagger, but like they are pretty nimble, I would say. I have a really nice back support here. It will probably help me on a long cruise where, you know, I have something in my back to help me instead of I'm so used to, this is really bad to be honest, like I'm so used to the SV650 R1. I never owned a bagger or anything like that, so I'm comparing all this stuff to my R1 and my SV650 and maybe like the Virago, but we're gonna hop on the road glide, or is it a street? Well, I think it's a road glide, and then the new one, and see how that is compared to the Challenger. It doesn't like revving that much. Like it doesn't want to be at 4,000 RPM. So it lets you know. It's like a vibration, huge vibration. But I mean, it is a big engine, so. Would I own one? Probably not. This is too big of a bike for me. I feel like I would never use the full potential of this bike. I like the Scout Indian. We're gonna get onto that too. Scout, the Bobber. I like the Bobber. It's a much more of my style of bike. I don't ride 2-up, so I feel like if you're not riding 2-up, no point of having a big bagger. And I'm not doing cross country rides, so we set the cruise control. We're done. Now we're cruising. Really, cruise control is such a nice feature. I'm really excited to hop onto the road glide to tell you guys how I feel about that, because I never ridden a Harley before, and I have ridden a Indian multiple times, so it'll be interesting to see. No, like I'm pretty protected here compared like the wind wise. Not much not much wind coming up through the windscreen, and I can lower it and I can put it up top, so it's electronic. It's really nice. I hope the one they have up there, look at this, man, how much we're leaning these bikes. Oh, look at those, look at them boys. They're having fun. Yeah, it definitely doesn't like high gear. I mean high RPM. We're in the sport mode as well, so the throttle is a lot more twitchier, but it's pretty good. The throttle responds, I would say. The RPM is lacking, but that could be just it's because of demo bike that's beaten, so I guess, let me rephrase this. I said that I wouldn't buy it, but oh man, if I had a big enough place for it, I would probably own one, because it would make the road trips that we do a lot nicer. So for that, I would say yes. I would own it if I had a big enough space to keep all my bikes. But if currently, I wouldn't. because it's not worth it for me. Alright, we're in the Harley Davidson Road Glide. We're going to test out compared to the Challenger. And let me tell you something from the beginning. The clutch is so much heavier than the... Okay, go ahead. Camille, come on, man. Like, I'm in front of you. You didn't see me? So the clutch is hydraulic, so it feels a lot heavier. For some reason, I have traction control and ABS. Maybe it's in demo mode, but everything is a lot more classic. You have your fuel gauge and all that stuff. Oh man, this clutch is tiring my... Oh my god, my fingers. Ah, man's bike, I guess, huh? I like the clutch on the Indian right away. And then also, this feels a lot heavy, top heavy, to be honest, compared to the Indian. Oh man, this is so much slower than the
Challenger.
Makes a lot of power. This also, I think, revs to, it says 5,500, but we'll see. It's so
Challenge.
It's like a muscle cruiser, muscle bagger, whatever you want to call it. This is more like a bagger, full-on bagger. So we're gonna accelerate, see how it feels. Oh wow, wow! I felt that I was on, like, okay, let me compare it in my perspective. I thought
Challenge
it was the R1 and this was SV650. That's how it feels. I would love to go through the infotainment system on this. Let's see. But I don't know how to go through, so I can't really... Oh, look at that. Look at that. Is that a... That was a demon. Oh boy, that was a demon. So... One thing Harley has is really interesting. Your right turn signal is on your right hand, and then your left is on your left. Wow. Nope. This bike has a lot more vibration, but it's not as violent as the higher RPM. It's not as violent as
Challenger.
It has a better build quality than the Indian, unfortunately. That's the thing with the Indians. Jeez. And I have the same problem with this too. Like, I'm on tippy toes. Why can't I get into neutral? Oh my god. Oh well. I can't find neutral. Must be because it's a demo bike. What are you gonna do? This bike has 620 miles. There you go. I found where the gear indicator is. Oh my god. I'm having so much... I don't know why I'm having so much trouble with this bike. There you go, neutral. Oh. Seating position is nice. It has the same characteristic as
Challenger.
It sounds pretty good compared to the
Challenger.
Mine didn't have exhaust on it. And also
Challenger
had a problem at like 4,000 RPM and higher. It was violent. It was like vibrating, and it sounded like it didn't want to be there. But that's where it makes its power. But this is a lot more smoother up top. So I would say this bike is a comfortable bike compared to
Challenger.
I don't know. I didn't feel that it was revving as much as vibrating as much as the
Challenger.
I hit the rev limiter there. Let's see how it is on the twisties. I mean, I know from Mike's bike that this thing leans pretty hard and it handles pretty good, but I can't really tell the difference between this when it comes to leaning. I think they're almost equal, I would say, for me. Power wise, I would give it to Challenger. Build quality, I would give it to Road Glide. Features goes Challenger. Comfort, I'm like very partial on that. This has a lot better wind deflection, I feel like. This bike feels a lot more at home than Challenger. It takes a getting used to. Sounds pretty good. So would I own a Road Glide? Same situation. Like, also these bikes are $30,000. Okay, give or take $25,000 to $30,000. Would I spend that much money on a bike like this? I don't think so. But if I had the room, you know, I would definitely get one. After buying all the other bikes that I want to buy, I will get one. But now I understand why people pick Harley versus Indian, and also vice versa. I understand. Like, Harley has its positive side. Not everything. When I was laughing when Harley people talk about, oh, not everything is power, but yeah, they're right. Not everything is power. This is a very comfortable cruiser, very well balanced bagger cruiser, whatever you want to call that, and it doesn't have the power to back it up. But maybe you don't need that, you know? Why? Like, it's not a drag machine. It's a nice, comfortable, torquey bike that you can take it out on a cruise around cruise around the country, you know, like go see people and whatnot. And this is the one. And when it comes to Indian, if you want the power, if you want the technology when it comes to, you know, infotainment system, moving up and down, moving windscreen and all that stuff, I see why you want the Indian. Oh my god, I can't get it into neutral. What the hell is wrong? Oh my god, my fucking hand. Maybe I'm not holding the freaking thing correctly. I don't know. It's so annoying. Oh, there you go. I found let's look at the navigation. Oh, it shows you a little Harley Road Glide. It's a pretty comfortable bike, I would say. Except the clutch. Something has to be done for that clutch. I don't know if you get used to it or not, but I never liked the clutch. I tried it on Mike's bike before. On this bike either, I don't like it. It's just too hard. I don't understand how, like, why you want something like that that's like giving you arthritis, you know? And a lot of people, Harley owners, the age, you know, it's nothing like new. They're not the youngest population out there. Why would you give them this really hard clutch? I don't know. I prefer cable clutch, and I prefer a softer hydraulic clutch. This is insane. Maybe it's because of the angle, but I can't hold that clutch, and I don't know, I was having so much trouble getting into neutral. And if I remember correctly, when Mike first got the bike, he had the same problem with this too, and he was having a hard time getting into neutral with this bike, so... Oh, the traction control kicked in. I must have let go too fast. Maybe it doesn't have a slipper clutch. Maybe it doesn't. And also, one thing I noticed about this bike is that traction control button, I'm going to show you guys real close. Traction control button looks like a traction control button looks like a low tire. Why would they do that? I don't know. Back of my leg is getting hot. This right behind my leg, it's getting hot. Maybe that's where the catalytic converter is, and it's getting pretty hot. Maybe this bike doesn't like revving that much. But I get why Mike has this bike. It's a comfy bike for sure. My thoughts, solid bike.
Challenger.
Solid bike too. It depends on what you want, you know.